Train to Busan.
I think that's how you say it.
You're not Korean.
Not Korean.
This movie is a foreign film from Korea. I don't know any of the actors. I don't know the director.
We can't even pronounce the name.
They don't speak English in this movie.
It's subtitle.
But I will tell you right now, it's great.
Freaking awesome. Now this is you're wondering what does that have to do with? This has to do with train, but it also has to do with zombie. Now if you watch World War Z, which I thought was a great movie, just like you know we like a good story, good zombie movie, and you know what? Train to Busan is actually better than World War Z in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. I thought so. This movie has so much character development. You care about what's going on. You don't care about where the zombies came from or what the zombies are doing. You just care about the people that are being affected by the zombies. This movie came out last summer, so it's not a recent movie that came out last week like we usually do for our movie reviews. This came out July 22nd, 2016. Well, but it's on Netflix right now.
It's on Netflix. Anyways,
a friend referred it to us.
John Lee, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Let's get into it. Let's get what we really like about this movie.
Let's do it.
Okay, one thing I love about this movie is like Paul said, is the character development. It is, you care about everybody in this movie. You know, when you watch this movie, you know who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. And you care about all the characters that's in this movie, and you invested in them. And then what else do I like? I love the pacing of this movie. It slows you down, and then it picks up like fast pace. The other thing that I love is the zombie. The zombie looks amazing.
These zombies are a different caliber of zombies I've ever seen.
But I don't know if it's CGI or is it practical. You know,
I really think it's practical effects. The way these zombies move, and I'll put some clips right there. The way these zombies move is so real. That's how I imagine a zombie would move, not like
Walking Dead.
Yeah, they're not sprinting, toppling over each other. Although they do this in this movie, but they're just like a crazed person. Yeah. And this movie isn't very gory, and there's not a lot of jump scares. It's intense. It's intense. It's got you just like, you care about these characters so much, you don't want them to get hurt. So that's what makes it so intense. That's like, because you care.
You care. Now, the other thing I like as well is, I love the relationship between the father and the daughter. Now, I'm a father of 2 girls. The ending, the way it happened, made me cry. I literally, because I'm so invested in these characters when I watched them, and what happened, you'll see, and maybe my reaction to it may give it away, but I'm sorry, but it made me very, very sad, and I cried in this movie. It was, and that's just a testament to the director, because what he did draw us into the character, into the movie, into the story, and then took out our emotion as well. Because there was a part when I was pissed. I was pissed when a certain person died. I was happy a certain person did die. Emotionally, you invested in this movie.
It really is an emotional roller coaster. I agree with 100% with what Tom was saying, but cinematically, this movie is done really well.
Amazing.
And with that said, they film it in a very small space.
Yeah.
And they don't need a big scenery. They don't do a lot of outside shots of the train. So you feel very cramped, and it sets the tone of this movie. And it's just distressful, and it's great.
Let's talk about something we don't want.
All right.
No movie is perfect. There's always something. I had one thing that I didn't like about this movie.
Okay.
Is that sometimes when you watch a movie, it slows down, then it gets intense. And I get what the director was trying to have us do, was trying to calm us down, let us relax, and then all of a sudden, boom, here comes the action scene or the intense scene. Mm-hmm. There was a little bit too much of that for me. Because there were times I'm like, okay, that's intense enough. I don't need another one. Then he gives you another intense moment. I'm just like, but it didn't take me out of the movie. It's just, I'm just like, I don't need that many sequence of having that tension. Because I was already emotionally.
So your only gripe is that he did too well of scaring you?
Probably. Maybe not scaring me, but maybe I'm like at the edge of my seat.
Let's see, something I didn't like. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything.
It's hard.
That's not to say that every movie doesn't have flaws. They do. But with that said, I will give this movie a 9 out of 10.
I would give this actually 9.5.
All right.
So
it's on Netflix right now. Train to Busan. It's Korean for
check it out. The only thing is you have to read subtitle.
You have to read subtitles.
But actually,
unless you speak Korean, which is perfectly fine. So subscribe, like this video. What movie should we do next? Movie Nerds Alert. We'll see you next time.